Can you hear me now?
Gentry, Gentry, Gentry.
Wynonna, what's up?
What up, baby?
Hey,
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Here we go. Our next guest came into this world screaming on pitch. This Kentucky queen learned how to find her place, how to fit in, and eventually how to stand out. She's a 5-time Grammy winner, a country music Hall of Famer, 19 number one hits, and she buys her bras on TikTok. Still broken and blessed, and apparently love ain't got the best of her yet. Now she's hitting the road with her good friend Melissa Etheridge on the Raised on Radio tour, and she's got a new album coming out. Let's welcome in the lovely and talented Wynonna Judd. What's up, Y?
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. What's up, Y? How you been?
Oh my gosh, I'm ready. I'm already packed. Let's do this.
This tour is called Raised on Radio. When you were listening to KNEW at the ranch on the Casio, can you remember some of those songs you used to hear on the radio?
I miss the radio. I came from the generation with no phones, no internet, no Spotify, and I miss the radio. I miss getting in the car and just turning it up and cruising really fast.
And I heard this tour is coming to, which by the way is coming to a city near you, Raised on Radio tour. Wynonna Judd and also Melissa Etheridge, and I hear there are going to be some pretty intimate shows. In fact, I heard a story that one night you were so close to the audience you just reached over and grabbed a French fry. So these are going to be some great shows.
Intimacy, my dear. It's about that now. I've played all the big places. I've done all the big stuff. I love the intimacy of the crowd when they can see me and I can see them and I can talk to them off mic. And I love the connection that I'm having right now.
I love the connection we're having as well. We're talking with country music icon Wynonna Judd. She's hitting the road. Raised on Radio tour. You can get your tickets. Going to be all over the country at Wynonna.com. You once told me, Y, that your mom was the kind of beautiful that men would actually follow her home, and that she somehow always found a way to grab that backstage pass. I feel like beauty is one. I feel like beauty is one thing, but your mother was a hustler, and she had determination, and she just always found a way back then. Do you think that's why you're still going strong and hitting the tour, because
Yes.
you learned so much determination from your mother?
I didn't have to, because she did it all, and I had to sing and play my guitar, and I wanted to be in a band my whole life and rock. So I took care of that part, and then she took care of the hustler part. She was such a great queen on stage. She would twirl and sing, and she talked to the audience. Meanwhile, I'm back tuning my guitar, getting ready to rock, and it worked. It was just this perfect, relationship in a way, because she took care of all the waving like the queen, and I took care of the band, and it worked.
Let's talk about this new album, The Hard Truth. Your husband, Cactus, he helped you produce this album, co-wrote the record, and I heard that you were actually scared making this album, and that completely surprised me, because you got 5 Grammys, decades of hits. Where does this fear come from?
It's an anxiety knowing that life is short, and I may have one record left. I'm 62, so I'm not taking anything for granted anymore. And I knew that this record had to be put out because I have a lot of experience in my life that brought me to a real darkness. And writing this record helped me get through that darkness into the light. And I made sure that this record was something that I say in case I leave this earth. Mom has a book. Ashley has a book. This is my voice. This is my story. I'm standing up in front of the church giving my testimony, and that's what this record is.
And now you've made music with 2 of the most important people in your life, your mom and now your husband, Cactus. Can you talk to me about the process? Is it the same formula when you and your mom used to write songs that you and Cactus write songs? What does writing a song look like with your mom in comparison to writing a song with your husband? You get out the guitar, same process, or is it a little different?
Well, I'll give you a little story, and this is how it works on this record. I never knew my daddy. I've got his ashes. Someone gave me the ashes in my family, and I've still got them, and I don't know my daddy. I never met him. And when they found him, he had a drawer full of clippings that he had cut out of me on stage and me doing, interviews. And when I heard that, I told my husband, I said, they found a drawer full of clippings at my daddy's house. And he said, we have to write that song. So he started to write things down, and I did too. And then we got a guitar, and we started messing with melodies. And then he would come up to the house, and we would talk about it over dinner. And then we would go back down. So it was just back and forth, just writing the story. It's really one of those songs that wrote itself almost. It was one of those moments in my record where I'm absolutely at my bottom, and you're going to hear me crying in the verse because I couldn't do the vocal without feeling the words, and it was powerful, and it helped me through that experience.
Her first solo album in 10 years, The Hard Truth, it comes out this fall, and she's hitting the road with Melissa Etheridge on the Raised on Radio tour. You can find out more at Wynonna.com. You said that you learned early on how to fit in a man's world. What did that look like for a young Wynonna? How did you learn to navigate that?
I was 18 years old. I could barely dress myself in clothes that matched. I was so green and so naive and so sheltered. I didn't understand the suit, the man in the suit. And I would go to these meetings, and they would all be sitting around the table in these suits, and I was terrified. So I just had to figure out a way to lean into that process, and I did, but it took everything I have to figure out how to deal with the business world. It's like literally getting a job on Wall Street, and you've never had a job in your life, and all of a sudden you're in this world of, oh my God, what do I say? What do I do? And I just had to figure it out slow.
When you look at young women coming up in music today, do you think that these same challenges are still here for women in country music, or do you think things have evolved and changed?
Yes.
Yes, you think that they still have to go through the struggle?
Both. Yes, I do. I think there's always going to be a struggle between commerce and creativity.
There's a great story in your book. I highly recommend you go grab Coming Home to Myself. There's an Audible version, and you can buy a hardcover at Amazon.com. But there's this great story about your mom. She got you to meet Mickey Gilley, and he decided to take you to the Merv Griffin show, and you were going to meet John Travolta. Did you ever get a chance to meet John Travolta in your life?
I did not.
You still, to this day? I
met his brother. He was there singing. To this day, I've never met the man. No, I don't know him.
And can you tell that story that you were on your way to Merv Griffin, and how did it all go wrong that you did not meet the man of your dreams, John Travolta?
He didn't show up.
But you got to meet Frank Stallone. I mean, you did get to meet.
Yes, I did.
No disrespect to Frank Stallone. We're talking with.
No, not at all. I did. It wasn't meant to be.
Another great story that I've heard you tell is that you and your mom got to play at the White House. Do you remember that experience?
Oh, my God. I didn't have an outfit, and Mom was so mad at me. And I had to go to the mall and find an outfit to wear to the frickin' White House. And I had to go with my bodyguard, and we went to the mall and literally found an outfit to wear, and it worked.
And you guys sang Grandpa, Tell Me About the Good Old Days?
Yes, we sang our songs, and we were so popular with the White House, and she's the queen at the time, and I was just standing there looking at her because she was in her element.
That song actually inspired me to write a song. I wrote a song. I like to tinker around on the guitar and on the drums, but I wrote a song called Grandpa, Tell Me Again. And it's a story about, tell me that story.
Oh, wow.
Tell me that story, Grandpa, that you used to tell. So you actually, that song inspired me to write a song. One day I'll have to share it with you. I hear that fans send you fan mail, and you actually give them calls back, and you actually respond to them. So I'm going to have to send that song to you. But is that true that you
Yes,
do
you
try
will.
to respond to all your fans if you can?
I had a fan club party here at CMA Fest, and I called a fan yesterday, and she couldn't believe that it was me, of course. And I talked to her whole family, including her grandchildren. And I do that because it helps me to connect in a way that's not about the business. It helps me to understand my fans. They've been there since the 80s and 90 country, honey. And they're there still, and they bring their kids and their grandkids. I've had 5 generations at a show. So I'm at that point in my career where I look out and I see this whole family, and it grooves me every single time.
What's the greatest concert that you've ever attended in your life?
Wow, that's a really good one. Well, I did the Texas stadium. I'll never forget it. We were on a private airplane going to Texas, and then they dropped me off, and then they put me in a helicopter, and they took the helicopter and dumped it right in the center of the goings on. And I got to walk to the stage from a helicopter, and I felt like I was in the military going to war. And I just remember walking like I knew what I was doing, and I just had a strut that girls have when they know they look good. And I did it. And it was, I don't even know how many people, hundreds and thousands of people in the stadium. And I'll never forget it because that's the biggest of the big. It doesn't get any bigger than that. I've done the Super Bowl. But this was one of those moments where I got to walk to the stage from the helicopter. It felt very Elvis.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. What do you know at 62? What have you learned at 62 that 22-year-old Wynonna would have never believed if you would tell her today?
Nothing stays the same. Nothing. I thought my 20s would go on forever. I thought it would go on forever, man. I thought I was going to be successful and everything's great. And once you have money, you have choices. And I just thought, you know what? This is the life. And nothing stays the same.
Well, that voice is still staying the same. You're still got that strong voice, and that Kentucky Queen song's got me dancing here in the studio. I wish I could listen to more of the tracks, but they will be released on October the 2nd, and she is on tour with Melissa Etheridge. Now, Melissa's been through a lot as well. You guys probably have a lot in common. What can you tell us about Melissa Etheridge and getting to go out on tour with her? Because she's a sweet soul just like you.
We both have a lot of loss, and we both have a lot of healing that we're doing right now. And we're both at that age where we realize that we're going to have to do the work ourselves. Nobody's going to do it for us. And when you get to that age and you realize nobody's coming to save you, and you're going to have to walk through the storm, and you're going to have to make it happen yourself, that's where we're at. And so we're very strong together.
Well, you've been so honest about your struggles, your heartbreaks, and the hard truths. And I think that a lot of people can relate to that journey. It's been a real pleasure talking to you today, Why. I wish you all the best on the Raised on Radio tour. Melissa Etheridge, Wynonna Judd, go see them. Can't wait to hear the new album. And thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Good luck on the tour.
This was my favorite interview. This is my favorite interview so far. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. All right. Well, good luck, Why. We love you. We're big fans. We're rooting for you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank God for radio.